went very quickly because the time was very less. So we'll just have a general gist of what happened yesterday. So first we came to know what is transcendental knowledge, how Krishna gave that to Vivaswan, and then from there to how it did not get continuous. It just stopped like any other practice, and then Krishna came 5,000 years ago, put Arjuna in a situation where he got that knowledge. Okay, and because of that, even we got the revival of knowledge. And how to get that knowledge? By approaching a guru. How we should approach a guru? Submissively serving him, not questioning him, but submissively by serving him. If we ask question, that guru will give us knowledge. And once we get that knowledge, what happens? We are away from the illusion. We are clear of what we are supposed to do. And having that knowledge, is that knowledge enough? Bookish knowledge? Like we read lot of shastras, all that, is that enough? No, that is not enough, because what we are going to do, that is going to help us cross the ocean of samsara sagara. Comparing, I think you would have remembered the boat, which is the material body. Lord, the mercy of the Lord is a favorable wind. The guru is the person who rides the boat to help us cross over the material ocean. And not only that, we understood how faith is very important. Once we have faith in the Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, it becomes easy for us to cross this material ocean. But a faithless person, it's very difficult both in this birth and also in the next birth, because they always have doubts. Why this is like this? Why this is like this? They don't understand or have faith in the words of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, and they cannot be at peace. Okay, and by telling all this, he said, Krishna said, oh Arjuna, come on, fight. So now Arjuna got confused. What am I supposed to do? In the first verse itself, I'll give this overview, okay, and then we can go back to how this fifth chapter is divided. So the second chapter, Krishna was dealing with Sankhya philosophy, the soul, yes, and he told how to come out of that bodily conception. So he said devotional service is the only means. In the third chapter, Krishna said, if you are in knowledge, then you need not do any work. But in the fourth chapter, Krishna is telling, come on, get up Arjuna, fight. Let's do work and devotion. That is only better. But now Arjuna is completely confused, because he actually wanted to do renunciation, right? He wanted to go in the forest. He doesn't want to kill anyone. He wanted to be happy. He just wants to go to the forest, sit and do his work. But is that possible for him? It is not possible for him. And now Krishna is confusing. Okay, now do work in devotion. So Arjuna got completely confused. So he is asking, which is good for me? Is a work and devotion, or should I renunciate and go and sit in the forest so that I will not incur any sin? Okay, this is the starting of the fifth chapter. Now this fifth chapter is divided into 6 sections. Actually, if you see, it is divided only into 4 sections. But for ease and understanding, we have made it into 6 sections. Now the first section will deal why nishkama karma, or working in devotion, is equal to renouncing work, but the nishkama karma is easier. Then next section of 5 shlokas or 6 shlokas will tell how to work with detachment. Then the most interesting part of understanding, who is actually doing all the action? Are we or the material nature, the modes of material nature? So we'll know about the soul, the super soul, the material nature also here. Then in the next section, Krishna will say how by focusing our mind onto the super soul, we can get liberated from this material world. And then at the last, Krishna says the peace formula by which we can get liberated from this material world. Because the next section we are going to talk more about Dhyana Yoga, a few verses Krishna informs about Ashtanga Yoga also. We saw that in the previous section also, right? How a yogi does Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Pranayama, to focus the mind or control the senses. The same thing, a few verses are said here. So, are you all ready to understand what today Krishna wants to tell Arjuna?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
very good.
Mataji.
So, in this first verse, we already discussed this. Only one thing I wanted to stress more in this is what Arjuna lacked in this is he did not understand that the inaction and the devotional service are equal. Because we saw yesterday about akarma, right? Akarma, anything that is done for the pleasure of Lord with our senses, if we pleases the master of senses, then it is equivalent to inaction and he will not incur sin out of it. Why? Because Arjuna is fighting on the basis of or on the advice of Krishna, so he does not incur any sin. Okay, this is the first verse. Now, the second verse, now Krishna is telling both are same. Both are same. Renunciating the work and work in devotion, both are same. But for you, Arjuna, devotion, work in devotion is better. That is, doing devotional service is better. Why? I'll give you an example. They were in Ajnanavas, right? For 1 year. They are not supposed to show who they were. Yeah, the Pandavas and Panchali. But when one problem came for Panchali, did they keep quiet like Brahmanas? Did they accept, oh, okay, it is okay, let Panchali suffer, it is her karma? They did not do that. They fought, right? Bhima went and killed. And not only that, when there is a problem for that king, Arjuna went and fought. He took his Gandiva and went and fought. So, according to his nature, his guna, he cannot keep quiet. And that is why Krishna is advising Arjuna to go and fight on the battlefield. Now, in this main thing we have to understand is what is Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. I can tell you an example for this also, which Prabhupada used to quote. Prabhupada, see, Mayavadi philosophers, whenever they see some material thing, they're just scared. They don't want to touch it at all. They say that, oh, if I touch it, I will, I get attached to it, then problem comes, then I get attached to this material world, I have to incur karma, so I will not touch. But Prabhupada will not say like that. Give that money. If you have money, give that money. I can use it for the service of the Lord. The same thing is repeated by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami says that when persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things that is related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is called as Falku Vairagya. It is not real Vairagya. So even if Arjuna goes and sits in the forest telling that, okay, I will not fight, I don't want to incur sin, that is equivalent to Falgu Vairagya or Markada Vairagya, because Yukta Vairagya is using everything in the service of the Lord. To give an example, if you're a good singer, learn Vaishnava bhajans. Start singing, because those bhajans are equivalent to Vedas. There are so many meanings in that. Okay, I don't have any other qualification. I can only just cook. It's okay. Cook for the pleasure of the Lord. Offer it to the Lord. Because you are not using it for your service, because you are using it for the Lord's service, it becomes Yukta Vairagya. And we don't claim proprietorship of that. Okay, so this is what Krishna is trying to tell in the second verse. Now, the third verse also, the same thing is being repeated. Like when one is not attached to anything, but at the same time accepts everything in relation to Krishna, then one is rightly situated above possessiveness. So that is called as renunciation. Not only that, Bhagavad Gita, we'll be reading in the 6th chapter. who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, work, it is very easy for them. So eating only prasada, working, sleeping, you will sleep by night, wake up at Brahma Muhurta, do your chanting. Recreation, there is a percentage of recreation that you can do also, but it should not affect our devotional service. Work, going to work also. Imagine Rupa Goswami, what he did. 50% of his income went to Krishna consciousness, right? So, with your work, do that as an offering to the Lord, then you are free from the reaction of sin. Now, the third one. In the third verse, Krishna is telling how a true sannyasi will be. Now, let me ask a question. What are we going to renounce in this material world? Is something there in this world as ours that we can renounce it?
Yes, nothing is there. We come with nothing, we go with nothing.
Yeah. So where does that renunciation come? Now let's think on the other side. Krishna was called as Makanchor, right? He always goes to everybody's house, steals butter, steals dresses of the gopis, so many things. Is there anything in the world that is not Krishna's?
No, nothing is there, Mataji.
Everything is Krishna. So how can we say that he's a thief? He takes what is his. So we are just in between. We are enjoying. That's it. So that is how a true sannyasi is. He is in perfect knowledge that everything belongs to Krishna and everything can be utilized for Krishna's service. He doesn't have a duality mind, thinking that this is mine, I, me, mine, nothing. Because he knows that the soul and Krishna are one in quality. That is, they are Satchidananda Rupa and they differ only in the quantity. Okay, and so he lives a life with no desire, no hatred, working only for the pleasure of Krishna. Okay, let's go to the verse 4 and 5. Now, Krishna further explains how this renunciation and devotional service are the same or leads to same. Now, for example, take up renunciation. When you are into the Sankhya philosophy, you will start analyzing how this material world is, right? You will know about the material world, material nature, the soul, super soul, and slowly you will lead to understanding how this creation came. Mataji's, Prabhuji's, I don't know. Here may be many people who have attended the classes. This creation part itself is a very lengthy chapter. So I will just make it simple that into the universe, the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu comes in, and from there the planets, the higher planetary systems and lower planetary system, they take their origin. Okay, you just understand that the Vishnu is the complete soul of the material world. So by the Sankhya philosophy, we come to understand that this is the matter and we are the soul. Okay, so we stay away from the matter and we understand that Vishnu is the root of everything. Okay, whereas in Karma Yoga, what happens? You get attached to Krishna by doing all the devotional service. But the end is again self-realization. They are same, but you will understand one by detachment from the matter, whereas the second is attachment to Krishna. That is what also we are striving, right? We want to get attached to Krishna and move away from the material nature. That's why Krishna says both of them are same or they lead to the same destination. Now, why Karma Yoga is better? Krishna is telling here. Why? Because our sense are very disturbed, especially in this Kali Yuga. It's very, very disturbed. If you don't give anything to engage that senses, what will happen? It will again start moving here and there, here and there. So if we follow Sankhya knowledge or just Jnana Yoga, try to get knowledge, one point of time we'll get bored and then our senses will think, oh, this is very boring. Can we go to some other thing? So for example, a child is having a knife in his or her hand. If you give a chocolate, the child will give that knife back. We know that knife is bad for the child. So, the same way, our senses, when we are given some higher taste, like serving the Lord, imagine Prabhupada has given us variety of devotional service. Yes, you can sing, you can dance for the Lord, you can do chanting, you can listen to preachings, you can read Swadhyaya, you can read books, you can do seva to sannyasis. There are different engagements. So our senses will not get involved into any other action than remembering Krishna. Is that clear until now? Am I going in the right pace or is it fast?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. You're going right.
Aishwarya Mataji, Haribol. Aishwarya Mataji, I saw a message that the audio is less. I hope the audio is fine now.
Mataji,
Sometimes,
the audio is fine.
Okay.
sometimes it goes weak, but then it's okay now. It's okay now, Mataji.
All right. Good.
Mataji,
Now in
excuse-
work. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, like renunciation and liberation are same or is there any difference?
No, Mataji. Liberation is getting out of this material world. Okay. Renunciation is you leave everything. Okay. And then you go in the forest like Arjuna was telling. You leave your family, you leave everything, you go to the forest, you sit and meditate on the Lord. That's it.
Okay.
Both
That is one
are,
rest, like.
yeah. But
Yeah.
in Kali Yuga, that is completely not possible, Mataji. So it is better that we learn the Shastras and start preaching. That is the only way. Vanaprastha and sannyasi is not very advisable in this Kali Yuga. Okay?
Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol. Now, Krishna himself says, like renunciation is too difficult. Mataji, your question is answered by Krishna himself. He said that is very difficult and distressful. Okay? Why? Because, as I said, the same thing. You keep on discussing the Sankhya philosophy, you will get bored and then you will again fall down to this material activity. But it is not the same with studying Bhagavatam, right? Because when you start studying Bhagavatam, imagine you're going to read about the devotees. Because you have a personal form of the Lord where you can enjoy the Lord doing leelas, enjoy thinking about Lord did this thing, the Lord did this thing, and then the devotees were happy. So you are performing a lot of devotional service so that it will not feel like it is distressful or difficult. Yeah, you're not only just sitting and discussing about Brahman, about the material world, material nature. No, you have variety of activities to involve to. Janmashtami is coming, then we get prepared for Janmashtami. We prepare Bhoga for the Lord, Raj Bhog for the Lord, and then we do Abhisheka. So many things. So it becomes interesting. That's why renunciation is very difficult in this age. This is just a comprehensive comparison of how renunciation and devotion is very, very nice. Only thing is, in renunciation, what happens is people go to the base and understand that Vishnu is the root of everything. But here, what we do, we water the root. We don't water the leaves, flowers separately, stem separately. We water the root so that the Bhakti Lata Bija or the devotion just grows into a big tree. Okay. Now we are coming to the second section. Now, how to perform Nishkama Karma? That is working with detachment. Yeah. The problem with most of us is once we stay in a place for like 1 year, we get attached to that place. Once we do some, talk with a person, be friendly with them, then we become attached to them. Our attachment is the problem because we think that this body is us. But it is not like that. Now, how a person in Nishkama Karma will realize? See, it is very beautifully explained. He will see all the living entities as parts and parcels of the Lord. So he will be kind to all of them. He wished to be Tava Dasanu Dasanu Das. He wishes to be a servant of that living entity. There is no enviousness. There is no ahankara thinking, I am the master. No, correct? The analogy given is very simple. We don't put the food in the stomach, right? We eat through the mouth and then it nourishes the entire body. The same way how we was watering the root. So when he is working in Nishkama Karma, the main thing, even yesterday we discussed the same thing. When people in Akarma, their senses and the mind, everything is controlled. Yeah, they are pure in their consciousness. And because of that, they don't get entangled by any sin. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, you're going to do work and devotion because I am giving you the order, you're going to fight. So in that case, you're not going to incur any sin. You would have seen in the second chapter also Krishna advising that the soul is not killed. It is only the body, that is the dress of the soul, is getting changed. So here a Nishkama Karma person, his consciousness is pure and he works for the Lord's intention. That is why he is not incurring any sin. Now we may see that a people in Krishna consciousness, now if you see the picture, it is very small here. One Mataji is cooking, but she is thinking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The other Prabhuji is doing some work. He is also thinking in his mind. Whereas the other Mataji, you can see she is doing Archana. She is cleaning the altar and all that. Even she is thinking Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So a person who is doing a Nishkama Karma, his realization will be each and every minute they are thinking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The senses are completely engaged in serving. We see them as doing lot of activity. Now, for example, we can say, maybe you're going to office, you're going to work, or you're working at the home, whatever it is. At those times also, your mind, because Krishna always says throughout the Bhagavad Gita, keep your mind attached onto me. You can do any work. So you will be thinking, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I'm cooking for Krishna. Okay, I see a rose. Okay, the senses are getting attracted to a beautiful rose. Immediately your mind will think, how great Lord is. He has created such a nice rose. Now Krishna, let me offer this rose to you. If you can take it and give it to the Lord, fine. If you cannot, at least manasikly you can offer that to the Lord. The Lord accepts that also. So your senses are involved. You're seeing the senses. You're enjoying the flower, but you're offering it that to the Lord. So what happens even when you're in a meeting? The conversation just keeps on going. You're bored. Nothing. You can just keep on saying Krishna, 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 or you cannot open your mouth. People in the opposite side may know that you're telling something. So you can write with your fingers like this, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Each and every moment or any action can be done by thinking about the Lord. Prabhupada always says, inside we have to be like a Vairagi. Okay, the outside we are Ragi. Everybody will see that. See, she is also cooking. She is also at home. She is going for shopping. Everything she is doing or he is doing. But our mind always thinks about the Lord. That is how our senses, they are aloof from what the sense objects are doing. Okay, is that clear? Now the verse 10. Now what happens as we work without attachment, that is we are detached and we surrender the results. We don't expect success or failure, nothing. Because of that nature, we are not incurring sin, just like a lotus leaf is untouched by water. Because we don't expect anything from any action that we do. We just do it for the pleasure of the Lord. So the Lord is happy. The Lord is happy. We are at peace. We are also not expecting any results. And we are not incurring any sin also. How easy it is, na? How easy it is just to surrender to the Lord, and the Lord will take care of everything, anything and everything. We are away from anxiety. So if we surrender unto the Lord, we can even change our anxiety. There is no need for depression medicines. There is no need for counseling sessions. Nothing is needed. Surrender unto the Lord, and the Lord will take care of everything. Yeah. In verse 11, it is said that with such a person who acts in nishkama karma, his body, mind, intelligence, senses, everything get only one focus. For us, it is different, right? At least for me, I can tell. The mind is thinking something, the intelligence is thinking something. Okay? But for a person in nishkama karma, everything acts for the purification. We saw already why people do sacrifices, why people do, last class we were discussing about that, right? Many sacrifices are done. The first reason why it is done, or varnashrama dharma is followed, is to bring us from the animal life to the human life. So when we come to the human life, then because directly we will not be able to approach the Supreme Lord because of the sins that we have committed. We have already been associated immemorial time with this material nature, and we have so many sins that is accumulated. Otherwise we would not be here, right? We would be in the spiritual world with the Lord. Yeah, we have that sin with us, and that's why we are still in this material world. So slowly, as and when we involve ourselves in this nishkama karma by chanting, by devotional service, slowly, our sins get nullified. We are getting purified. Okay, that is the purpose of involving ourselves in nishkama karma. Now you can clearly see in this picture, yeah, how a devotee achieves. I was talking about Naishtika Shanti. How is that achieved? If you see this person in the 12th verse, this picture is very clear. See the person in Krishna consciousness. He is just keeping his chanting bag, yeah, and he is thinking about Krishna. That's it. The other person, see, money is one time, intoxication one side, the gambling is one side, then sensual pleasure one side, house one side, car one side. As I said yesterday, when we get one Maruti, that is not enough. We need Porsche. Yeah, then because our neighbor got Porsche. Now then next is BMW, and then 2 bedroom, we want 5 bedroom. But what is the purpose? Prabhupada at the age of 70, he trusted only on the Lord. Yeah, he crossed ocean to a place, to a Mlecha Desha, where nobody know how to speak, nobody know how to dress, nobody know how to live. But how he was without anxiety? Because he knew that the Lord is taking him there. He got 2 heart attacks while traveling in that Jalatuda. But he trusted in the Lord. He was at peace. How we are at peace? Because when we surrender to the Lord and we do devotional service, that peace comes to us naturally. Because we know that the Lord is going to take care of everything. We need not worry about it. I think Mataji's, yes, this is just an overview of everything. So next we can go to the next section. This is a beautiful section. How a soul is different, how the super soul is different, what happens to the material world, everything will be described here. Now, again, about the, sorry, about the soul, you would have read in the size of the soul, where is located, everything in the second chapter, right? So I'm not going back to it again. Now, the soul is situated in the city of 9 gates. What is the city?
Body. Body.
Body.
Mind.
Yes, the body is the city, and it has 9 gates: 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 1 mouth, anus, and genitals. So usually they say if the soul goes from above, we go to the upper planetary systems, whereas when it goes down, then it means we are going to the lower planetary system. Now this soul is suffering. We think that we are happy in this material world, but actually, because we are away from the Lord, we are suffering because we think this body has to be us. We forgot that we are same in the quality as the Lord, and because of that, this soul is suffering with this body. So what is the solution? How can this soul be happy? To revive the original consciousness. What is that original consciousness? Krishna consciousness. He has to go to that stage of Satchidananda Rupa. Then he is happy. That soul is happy. What a beautiful picture. Huh? I did the cooking. I did this thing. Because of me, this company is good. Because of me, this house is happy today. Is that true? Very clearly, it is said that the modes of the material nature is directing us. Okay? See the 3 ladies there? We are like puppets there. Huh? We desire, and the super soul sanctions it, and then the modes of material nature causes the action to happen there. So the modes of material region are more important in bringing an action. So we don't create activities. We should not take the pride of doing activities. It is all enacted by the modes of material nature. Now, if an action has to be done, a doer has to be there. The action should be there. The grace of the Lord should be there. Yes, there are many criterias for an action to happen. Only when the sanction, even if we worship a demigod for some reasons, the Lord has to give sanction for the demigod to give us. Otherwise, we will not achieve it. Okay. Then comes our super soul. Yeah, the hero. He is a hero. The soul is a jivatma. Okay, it is anu. It is a small part. But the super soul is a vibhu. He has all the 6 opulences. Okay, so what this anu does is it has a small individual free will. Okay, it is independent free will. Lord has given us only little free will, but we try to misuse even that free will. So imagine a tree where there are 2 birds sitting. One bird is the soul and the other bird is the super soul. So this bird thinks that it has to do an action. So the super soul sitting onto the tree, Upadrishta Anumanta. It just watches and then it gives permission for that act to happen, and the modes of material nature causes the action to complete. That's it. So this is like 2 birds sitting on the tree, and the super soul is the one which sanctions. Like Prabhupada says, man proposes and God disposes. That's how the Lord gives permission for that action to happen. Now we should understand in verse 16, the Lord says that once we know the relationship between the soul, super soul, and the material nature, we will be detached from all that. That is, we will be able to do a nishkama karma. If you see this picture, you can see that in every organism there is Paramatma, right? The 4-handed form, correct? So, what is the relationship between the soul and super soul? Soul is Anu, the super soul is Vibhu. Yeah, soul is a part and parcel of the Lord, whereas the super soul is a complete whole. Yes, and the material nature just helps the action to happen. That's it, nothing else. Okay, but how we can get this knowledge? We saw that yesterday itself. We have to approach a guru. We should be submissive to them. The guru should be from a disciplic succession, and he has to teach us the perfect knowledge. He should not tell that he is guru. He should not claim that he is a guru, but he should be able to give us the knowledge about the soul, super soul, and the material nature. So whatever we learn as Vidya from school, college is not Vidya. It is Avidya. What is the special Vidya that all of us should know is the relationship between the soul, super soul. What is a soul? What is a super soul? Then their relationship and their relationship with the material nature. Only when you know that, that is Vidya or knowledge. So this ABCD 1, 2, 3 we are learning or having from A to Z all the alphabets behind our name doesn't constitute knowledge. Are we in the same page, Matajis? Can we go to the next one?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mata.
this is the perfect picture which can tell us exactly what we were discussing. So now a soul desires an action. The Lord does not interfere. He does not interfere until and unless you're surrendered unto Him. You will know it. As we get surrendered, the Lord will become very active. Okay? But otherwise, He just sanctions all our desires, what the soul desires. So he is just the director of a choreography who causes the activities to be done through material nature. Now, who carries out this action? We think we are doing, I, me, and mine, but the living entity is not the doer. The material nature helps this action to complete. The super soul does not interfere. He just watches and he sanctions. So if we misuse that small, what I say, minute independence, then we become entangled into this material world. So how we should use our time, how we should use our resources, how we should use our knowledge, everything has to be determined by that free will. That is, you can either chant, you can listen to preaching, you can read books, everything you can do. Or in that free time, your minute will say, no, 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 let's go back to Facebook, let's enjoy Instagram, let's chat with friends. So that free will, how we use and how we surrender to the Lord shows us if we can be free from this material entanglement. Okay. Then the next section of 5:17 to 26, it will tell us how we can achieve liberation by focusing our consciousness onto the super soul. Now, how does a person in Nishkama Karma or devotional service will achieve liberation is the same thing that we discussed. Manmana. Always thinking in mind. Whatever duty you do, no problem. Nothing to worry. You keep on thinking about only about the Lord. Because if we practice that now, at the end age stage of our life, antakale chamameva, when we are about to leave this world. So this life is like studying period for us. In school we have, right, 1 year we will study, and the end of 1 year they will keep exam. In our material life, the main exam is our, anybody wants to answer?
Death.
Death.
Every
At the
death,
time of, yes,
the time
at
of
the
death.
we have to remember Krishna. If we did not practicing remembering Krishna when we are alive, then how can we remember Krishna at the time of death? Yes. And even by chance, Krishna promises that if you forget, if you forget me, I will remember you. So, at least for that, we should keep on remembering Krishna throughout our life so that we can remember Krishna at the time of death. Okay? How
Mataji,
life? Yes.
I have heard in one of the lecture, and I'm forgetting, I think that some acharya said that life is a like question paper and death is a answer paper, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Can you
yeah,
please
yeah.
correct me?
Yeah, actually, Prabhupada says this, Mataji. Like
Yeah.
this entire part is like studying period, and the exam is for us at the time of death. We are tested at the time of death if we can remember Krishna. But this question paper, answer paper, no, I have not heard about it, Mataji. I can verify and let you know, definitely.
Yes, yes. Maybe it
Yes.
can the exam paper only. I must be only wrong.
No, no, it's okay. But I can find out and let you
Sure,
know,
sure, sure,
Mataji. No
Mataji
worries.
ji.
But it is now, it is this period we are practicing the consciousness of Krishna so that we will pass during the final exams.
Final exam. Yes, that is all of our goal is only simple.
Only that.
We have to be
So, so the
successful
practice
during
is
this
the most
exam.
important thing now.
But
Throughout, we have to keep on
Mataji,
practicing.
but
Yes,
Mataji,
Mataji.
if we forget at the last moment, then even though if we
That's
are
why practice
chanting,
Krishna is
unconsciously.
telling it's okay. Krishna is telling it is okay. I will remember you. You forget me. It's okay. No problem. But I will remember you. Mataji, who
Oh,
asking this question? I can tell you one real incident that happened in ISKCON Trivandrum. May I know the name? Who is asking
Kusum,
this?
Kusum, Kusum, Kusum
Kusum.
Lata.
Okay, Mataji, there was one Prabhuji who was practicing devotional service. I don't know from what age, but he was a well-known devotee within his Trivandrum. So this Prabhu was practicing devotional service with his wife and family. Towards the end of his life, he got Alzheimer's. Okay, so he forgot many things. Even son and daughter, Prabhu could not remember Mataji. Okay, only the wife sometimes he remembered. But you will not be surprised to know that he remembered the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He remembered
Oh,
Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and
very
whenever devotees came, he was able to recognize the devotees and chant the Lord's name, Mataji. So that is the promise that Krishna gives us. Yeah, Name Bhaktya Pranashyati. So we need not get scared. We will follow the rules, regulations, and devotional service to our heart's content. The remaining the Lord will take care of. So don't worry. So next we'll go to the 18th verse. Sorry, man, just 1 second. I'm suffering from a bad throat. I'm so sorry. Yesterday it didn't trouble me, but today I don't know. It's troubling me a bit. So
Mataji,
how a person?
my
Yes,
son
ma'am.
is saying you're troubling yourself, you're torturing yourself because you're getting up so early, chanting so many rounds for 2, 3 hours. This is not good for your health. Why you're troubling yourself? You should remember, that's all. How to convince
Mataji, have
him?
warm
Mataji.
water to drink with a little haldi and pepper powder. That will help your throat.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you so much. Please pray for me. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's what, because
Mataji,
we are selfishly, at least we want you to take class, and for us, that also is having selfishness, I think. That also should
no,
not
no,
be there,
Mataji.
maybe.
I'm
But
so happy that we are able to do this service. But definitely, I will take your advice, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very well. Kusum Mataji, please don't
Mataji,
sacrifice your sleep. Please don't sacrifice your family time. Okay, the problem comes in when you whimsically follow devotional service, Mataji. There comes the problem where the family gets upset. So make sure you get enough sleep. Don't sleep at 11 o'clock, wake up at 4 o'clock. I have to chant Brahma Muhurta. Not like that. Make
yeah,
sure you sleep at 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 should be your maximum time. Wake up at 5 o'clock, it's okay, right? And then at 5 o'clock you can chant. Like you should have at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep, yeah? And family time, give them enough family time, Mataji. Once you neglect them, that is where this confusion comes in. Like you're always going behind the Lord, you're not taking care of the family. So do your duties, and within that, whatever can be done, please do it. Don't overdo devotional service, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, I have started. This is my second year. So
Hmm.
he's feeling like up to the, I'm now 64. Up to 62, I was just enjoying living here. And but after coming in Krishna consciousness, I have started this. And since I think 2 months, I am doing for this 16 rounds. So he's
Sure.
seeing me getting,
Mataji, I'm so sorry for interrupting, but can we take questions towards the end, Mataji?
yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
Mataji. Thank you.
No worries, Mataji. We can, because she was distressed and she wanted to know. I just wanted to
Yes,
tell her,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes,
That's
yes,
it.
Mataji. Because I
Okay.
understand Mataji's queries also, but as we go with the flow, because the time is running, that's why, Mataji. I'm so
Already,
sorry
yeah,
to interrupt.
10:20. No
Yes,
worries,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
I understand.
sorry.
Okay. All right. Mataji's, otherwise, you can post your question in the group or even personally to me. I'm ready to help.
Yeah,
No worries.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Haribol. So the next verse is telling us about how a person with spiritual vision will be a uttama bhakta. There is no difference between a chandala, a dog eater, or an animal, or different caste. Nothing. He treats everyone as equal because he sees the spirit soul in them. That's it. Nothing else he sees. So a Uttama Bhakta can actually behave in this way. Not all of us are. We cannot think. We still have differentiation between people, caste, everything. But a Uttama Bhakta will see them only as a spirit soul. Now, this is put as together because the same thing that yesterday we discussed, right? About how a person a karma karma person will behave. The mind will be even, yeah. Intelligence, mind, body, everything will be same. He will not be bewildered. There is no false bodily identification, and he sees everyone as the spirit soul. And because of that, even he will forsake some of the sensual pleasures. Okay, he'll be happy with himself. He doesn't need anything else to make him happier. This is how a vision of a self realized soul will be. Then Krishna comes to a great point here. The intelligent person, they never get part into sensual pleasures. Why? Because this human body we got after many births. We don't know how many births we crossed. Durlabam manasham dege dehinam banashankura. It just goes off. Just goes off. It finished. So the moment you get devotional service, Turnam, Bhagavatam says that start it. If you get to know of devotional service, start it immediately. Don't waste your life for sensual pleasures, because this sensual pleasures will again bind us to this material world. Okay. Now next 23 and 24 teaches us how to control the urges of our senses. I'm not sure if you have actually read this in the nectar of instruction. Vacho vega, manasa krota vega, chikwa vega, udara prasto vega, edan veganyo vishaheda hida. So how we can tolerate the senses, speech how we can tolerate, tongue how we can tolerate, the mind how we can tolerate, the genitals how we can tolerate, the anger how we can tolerate. Anger, how can we tolerate? Huh? If we angry, we have to be angry, right? But it should be diverted, like Hanuman. He showed his anger onto the people who troubled the devotees. Correct? He didn't show anger whimsically like that. So you should be able to control the urges, all these urges, the 6 urges, so that you can achieve success into the spiritual path. Otherwise, we stay here. Somehow or the other, we will stay here. But how we can control, how to tolerate? Because we have a higher taste, right? We have a higher taste. We are happy serving the Lord. We are happy doing devotional service to the Lord. In that, we are happy within ourselves. We don't need an external factor to keep us happy. There is no external material things that will keep us happy. That is why we have to follow this or control the 6 urges. Then in verse 25, Krishna says, engages in purifying external activities. Now, what is this external activities? Welfare activities for working for the benefit of others. Yesterday, we saw about Dravomaya Yajna, right? How people build Anathalaya, then for education, hospital, everything. They do all this. So, will that be considered as welfare activity? Prabhupada says, no. Do whatever welfare activities you do. Bring United Nation. People will not be united at all. How everybody can be united? Only with Krishna consciousness. Because the problem that is arising in this material world is because we forgot the relationship with the Supreme Lord. That we are the eternal servant of the Lord. Yes. So whatever thing you do, everything will be temporary. Like Prabhupada also gives this example that a person, a child lost, he came to a fair and he lost his parents. So one person will come and tell, okay, don't worry, your parents will come. That person is not helping him. The second person will buy and give something for him to eat. Even that person is not helping. Which person actually takes back the child to the father is the real person who is doing welfare activity, right? Like that, only when we revive the relationship between us and the Lord, we do welfare activity for everyone. So each one of you, after you start reading, after you understand doing your Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, everything, even you have to start preaching. As you start preaching, you are benefiting, you're working for the benefit of others. Okay. Then 26. This is a very nice shloka. How a person, see, we told, right, we will achieve liberation. But how is that possible? Now, an analogy is given. The fish actually makes the offspring grow by just looking at it. Okay. And the bird, it will touch the offspring and that will grow. The tortoise, it is very different. The tortoise will lay the egg on the land, but in the water, it will meditate about it. And then the eggs will hatch. Like that, a devotee in Krishna consciousness, he follows all the regulative principles. That is free from anger, material desires, and his mind is controlled. He is equally treating everyone. He will behave in that stage or a Brahma Buddha stage, being happy within himself, thinking about the Lord always. By that, slowly and gradually, he will reach the Lord's abode. So the analogy that is given by Prabhupada is very beautiful. How we can elevate ourselves to the level of the Lord's abode. Now, this is just a overview of what we were seeing through these sections. Now, Krishna is giving a small overview of Ashtanga Yoga to like a prelude for the next chapter. He's helping us. So Ashtanga Yoga is why we shouldn't follow Ashtanga Yoga, because it is difficult. Very simple. For me, if you told me, like I told you, right, Hatha Yoga, pranayama, to sit in one place doing pranayama, no, it is very difficult for me. But in that case, Krishna consciousness is very easy. I can just chant, I can just read, I can just preach, I can just cook for the Lord. I know I see a flower, I offer it to the Lord, I give water. The Lord doesn't want major things, patram pushpam phalam toyam, very simple. I can do that. The same thing that a Ashtanga yogi does with difficulty can be easily done with Krishna consciousness. That's it, he is telling. See, we can control our mind, we can control our intelligence, we can control our ego if we follow Krishna consciousness properly, because our senses are engaged in serving the Lord. It becomes easy to follow this. Otherwise, you have to follow all these steps. Yama, then niyama, then asana, then pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. It takes a lot of time to be successful in this. All this is included in Krishna consciousness. Yama, yeah, intoxication, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex. So we follow that niyama. What is the niyama? We chant, we do devotional service to the Lord. Yes, we take up Chadurmasya, we take up Ekadashi Vrata. Everything is there. Now, asana, it doesn't mean that we have to sit in this posture. Even while meditating, we do that, right? We chant. So that time our mind is concentrated on the Lord. Then the last stage is samadhi, where we'll reach the Lord. So everything is included in Krishna consciousness and becomes easy for us to follow. Now, today's last shloka. Krishna is giving the peace formula for all of us, easy for all of us to follow. Bhoktaram yatna tabasam sarvaloha maheshwaram sugardam sarvabhutanam. So he's telling, I am the beneficiary of all sacrifices and penances. If you understand that, okay, even if you offer it to a demigod, the Lord has to give sanction for that sacrifice to be accepted, because he is a Yagneshwara. Okay, impersonalist, he doesn't believe in the form of the Lord. No problem. They are going to Brahmajyoti. Brahmajyoti is what? It's the Lord's, yeah, the light from the Lord's form. So everything, Bhoktaram Yaknadavsam, accept everything, that I am the beneficiary of all the sacrifices, penances, austerities, everything. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. There is no one greater than me. Samudva. I am the greatest of greatest. Yeah, Krishna is a supreme Ishvara. So we need not get frightened, anxiety. Why? Because he is there with us. Yeah. Sakshat Narayana is with us. Then why we have to get scared of small naras? We can be happy. Suhurdam Sarvabhutanam. He is doing everything as a benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. Why? I told you, right? For one person, he is giving one thing. For one person who says, I want to do sacrifice. One person says, I want to build hospital. Okay, build hospital. Gradually, slowly, and slowly, gradually come to my level of devotional service. He gives that option to all of us. So this is the peace formula, and we finish this chapter with this peace formula. So this weekend, you can meditate upon this peace formula, and then you can come fresh on Monday with Dhyana Yoga. We will be knowing how Dhyana Yoga is practiced. Vancha kalpatarupesya kripa santophi eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta kodi Vaishnavranda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari 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 Bol.
We are not having class tomorrow, Mataji.
I think Saturday, Sunday is no class, Mataji. Monday we will come back with chapter 6.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Again, I think Aishwarya Mataji, 1 minute overboard today. So the questions can be posted in the group or individual to me. If anybody feels they don't want to post a question publicly, you can post it personally to me also. I'll be very happy to guide you.
Mataji phone number then.
I will tag Mataji in the WhatsApp group so everyone
Yeah.
can message Mataji there.
Yeah, I actually joined only yesterday. I didn't know there was a group yesterday. When you said about the questions, I then found out in the community and joined there. So anytime, Mataji, I'm ready to serve you, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Very
thank you,
nice.
Mataji. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
I
Dandatpranam,
enjoyed
Mataji.
yesterday's and
Thank you,
today's class a lot.
Mataji. Thank you. I'm so
Thank
sorry,
you,
Kanchan
Mataji.
Mataji and everyone for not allowing the questions. We're so sorry.
No, it's time constraint, we can understand. But
Yeah.
Mataji is so generous. She is giving us the chance to interact
Chance
with
to
her personally.
face.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you so much,
Mataji.
Mataji.
At your service, anytime you can message me. Yeah, Aishwarya Mataji, please help me how to tag my number. So
Yes, Mataji. I'll just tag right away, Mataji. Any
yes,
questions I will ask and I'll put you as a tag, Mataji, so they can
yes,
ask you.
sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Sure.
Thank you,
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
Dandatna
Vacha
Mataji.
Hare
Kalpatarupasya
Krishna,
Kripa
Mataji. Thank you.
Sambhava Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. We'll
Hare
see you
Krishna.
all on Monday. Hare Krishna.
Monday. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Pancham
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for a wonderful session.